The international market for stolen and looted art and artifacts is huge, a criminal business second only to drug smuggling. Many of those items wind up collected by those unaware of their illicit origins. What happens when a museum discovers that artifacts in their collection result from theft? A law professor and an art expert team up for an international investigation.
The main question that started this collaboration was, what happens if I find something in my collection that is illegal? It was either looted or stolen. Who's at fault? Am I at fault because I'm the curator who's here now? Is it the directors or the past director administration of the university?
Law professor Daryl Jackson explores the legal response, asking who, if anyone, should be held accountable and perhaps criminally charged.
Collectors and art museums function in a way that might be antithetical to the way the law, and especially my forte, criminal law, sees their actions. There's plenty of people that have dealt with this from kind of an IP, intellectual property, contract law background. Our shift in all this was to take it out of the civil suit. We're looking at it solely from the purpose of how can criminal liability affect what choices you make.
Art museum curator Nicole Crawford counters with a cultural approach. How does a museum ensure an object's authenticity and identify objects of questionable origin?
Part of the question we're asking is, how do we define ownership? Can we own culture? So if you buy a cultural object at auction, do you really own that object? We're starting to be a lot more overt in showing where our objects come from and how we've acquired them. And looking at that process has brought up a lot of questions about where these objects actually came from and did they come into museums or collections legally. Museums across the world have started to contact us and ask us to start these discussions within their own institutions. What we're hoping to do with our research is create guidelines that museums and collectors can follow, legal guidelines.
Nicole Crawford and Daryl Jackson wrestle with questions of law, ethics, and culture relevant to museums worldwide.
We as museums can start these conversations.